It's just a nickname I have. Like, I don't think my name really goes with it. It's just a nickname. So.
It just rhymes with greasy, and she's always been greasy. So. Greasy Niecy. And the Gracinators.
No. And then I got asked about my baby's father.
We just don't talk about him. He's out of state right now. We're good. It's all good. He's I guess you could say overseas, anyways. But yeah, I'm basically the step in place. She pulls double duty, mom and dad, and I'm kind of like a stepdad, I guess would be the best way to look at it. I'm the grandpa dad. Sometimes it calls me pop, sometimes it calls me dad. So it just depends on his mood. But I think between my wife and my daughter, Niecy is more like dad-like, if that makes sense, because she's a little tougher on him, and she's like, no. And then my wife gets real sensitive. Oh no, little baby, blah blah blah. I'm like, we ain't babying that boy. He gonna be a man's man. You gotta make him tough. Gonna play football. Gonna fight. Gonna play baseball. Gotta be tough. Gonna wrestle. Shit. Man, that food does look good. Smells good, dude. I'm hungry. I should have ate. I forgot I had to go get a haircut. That's why I turned the meal down. I was thinking about working out. Yes, I try to go get my haircut once a week. At the most every 10 days. Because my hair grows pretty fast. Some of y'all may be like, oh, it's not even that long. But I like my hair, my mid-tip fade, skin mid-tip fade. And, you know, they line up my little bitty beard. And then trim that down and then line up my little mustache. But it's very, like, relaxing for me. And I usually fall asleep. It's kind of embarrassing. I have this man cutting my hair and I just be falling asleep, like, out. And then I wake up and there's like a little kid across the way asleep. So I'm like a little kid at the barbershop just falling asleep. I'm surprised they ain't made no videos of me yet. But, oh man. Didn't somebody have a question for me or something? Or, oh no, they want me to make it, what do you call it? A mukbang or what?
A mukbang.
What?
Mukbang.
Why do they call it a mukbang?
I don't really know.
Is that from a foreign language? Is that Asian or something?
I have no clue. But yeah, they just want you to eat Whataburger or ice cream or stuff like that. You know, you should do Whataburger one because you get a frosty, or not a frosty, what is it called?
A shake.
A shake.
A frosty is from Wendy's.
I'm sorry. A shake.
Oh yeah, man. I like getting the burgers, the chicken, the onion rings, the fries, and the shake. Man, for a limited time they had a Dr. Pepper shake. That was the best. Right now they got like some type of like latte or coffee shake or something. I don't really mess with that, but I ain't tried it. But I think my wife tried it. She said it was good, but it's not really my go-to flavor. But that Dr. Pepper shake, I love it. Speaking of Dr. Pepper, my shirt's maroon like the Dr. Pepper label. My wife was making fun of me for wearing a Rogue shirt and my cowboy hat. She's like, oh, that'll be funny. I said that wasn't my intention to be comedic by my outfit choice. I like my shirt. I like my hat. I don't know why she thought that was funny, but I think she was just picking on me. I don't know. Man, it is different with these hands.
Right, you can hear everything.
I don't know if I'm talking quieter or louder than normal. I just hear everything. I hope all of y'all out there been doing good. I've been working, like, you know, a lot. When I say a lot, I shouldn't say that because I still don't work. I don't even work 40 hours a week. But it's just like, it's draining sometimes because I deal with people all day and I don't like people. So, I don't like every people, you know what I mean? Like, I just, like, I don't know. My wife says I'm a people person and y'all are introvert. Am I extrovert? I'm an extrovert. But, man, sometimes I just don't want to talk to these people. They come in complaining. I want to hear it. I just sell. That's all I care about. Sell. So, but really, honestly, sometimes just dealing with my own coworkers, they be driving me nuts. My employees drive me crazy. Not all of them, some of them. Got this old man that works for me. Man, he talks a lot. He don't ever shut up. I'll be in my office trying to type up my stuff. He's just there talking in my ear, and sometimes his breath be bad.
Oh, I know you're talking.
Yeah, I'm like, man, get out of my face with that badass breath, golly. I'm trying to sit here, concentrate, man. Type in my numbers, man. Leave me alone. You know, you gotta try to say it nicely, but sometimes that don't work. You just gotta tell them, like, yo, your breath stinks. Guys, if you ever meet me in person, my breath stinks. Just offer me a stick of gum, a tic tac, something. Let your boy know. But like, somebody, just so you know, if somebody ever says, hey, you want a piece of gum, it's probably their way of saying your breath stinks, but being nicely. Accept that piece of gum, chew it, and brush your teeth a little better next time. That's all you gotta do. Maybe rinse, whatever. I rinse with the diluted hydrogen peroxide and water. And, you know, I rinse with that. Because I don't like regular mouth rinse. I feel like it gives me more mouth sores. Like blisters and stuff, so. I read online, on the line, that happens from mouthwash. So, I don't do that. Golly, I need to eat. So, no, I'm fine. I don't eat that right now. I already ate it. I ain't gonna use your fork. So, apparently, and I haven't watched it yet, but Niecy did a video. I don't know if you posted it about guys you dated or something.
Yeah, that was the one I just did.
Yeah. Did you post it already?
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently she forgot to mention that if you ever want to get married, just date Niecy. Because as soon as y'all break up or stop dating, they get married to the next person. Every time. Every time. They get married to the very next person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad. Like literally, like after I date them, they just get married. Just find the one. And I'm still over here like, where's my...
Just a lonely roly-poly. Just a solo Pringle. They only bring one in the can. Without a man. Damn. It's alright. I don't want her to get married. I like having my grandson around. He's fun to play with. He's not as expensive as her yet, but he's fun to play with. He's cool. He's crazy. But yeah, that happens. So if you want to get married, just go on a date with Niecy. You'll get married. You know what I mean? Very next person you date, you'll get married. So, you know, just be aware of that. But, I mean, what did you talk about? Just like what happened with them and stuff?
Yeah, I talked about,
Did you talk about small hands?
No.
Tell me why she went on a date and they made it official on Snapchat. But, like, she posted a picture holding hands like this. Like, where you just see the hands, though. Like, imagine just seeing the hands. And I don't remember what the caption said. But if this is Denise's hand right here, this was the guy's hand. And Denise, he had the smallest hands I ever seen in my life. If you ever seen that Burger King commercial where he's like, I want to eat that burger, but I just can't hold it with my little hands. That was him. He had little bitty baby hands. It was so weird. And then he said he was 5'9". That player got off the plane looking like 5'4". He catfished. He lied. He's a liar. Oh man, he should have never shaved his head too. But then again, they break up. He got married. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
If I was, you know, a woman, I don't know if I'd want to date a man with little bitty hands like that. I feel like even if, you know, if he ever had to punch somebody, he can hurt himself.
He also got married to the girl he told me not to worry about.
That was just a friend. I told her that line. If we ever say, and I think this goes both ways, but if they ever say that person of the sex they are attracted to is just a friend, they're lying. You ain't got nothing to worry about. That's just a friend. I've always told her, like, there ain't no point in you being friends with guys, because she's into guys, because they only want one thing. So even if you just want a friendship, that ain't really what he's looking for. So, you know, that's just always been my opinion. And come to find out from a friend, that friend is asking for a chance. I said a long time, ain't no such thing as just friends.
He's talking about John. I named him John.
John Wick. Pow pow. He's gotta have some guns too with his line of work. So, but yeah. So I always say that. Just be aware of that. Ain't no such thing as just a friend ever. Even when I was a player, I never told my wife, oh, that's just a friend, because nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. that's just pretty much what I would say. That's just that over there. Don't worry about that. That's what be me. But man, I found out today that a buddy I used to work with, I'll tell you afterwards. He we worked together in New Orleans and in Vegas, but I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, his wife is friends with your mom on Facebook. He has kids around your age. They're mixed. You know what I'm talking about?
You can say it.
He ain't gonna see it. Apparently, this player lived a double life for a long time. Both his current wife and his other woman at the time before one was his wife, they were just both his women, were living like 5 houses down from each other, and they knew about each other. That's why he has kids all blended in the same age.
What? Yeah. Like they didn't know that.
No, they knew. Apparently, I don't know. The same guy that has stinky breath was the one telling me about it today. Yeah, so they knew it was.
So it was like they knew that he was with the other, like with his.
Yeah,
wife.
like he knew like you're A, you're B, and I'm deciding who's gonna be permanent. I don't know the whole scenario, but yeah, I was like, dang, play on, play up. But he picked one obviously, and he married her, and they seem happily together and everything. But that was like before I ever knew him, so it's crazy. Players out there, gotta be careful. Gotta watch it. A lot of players. And I told my wife if she ever leaves me, I'm going right back to being a player. I'm telling you now, ladies, do not get your hopes up. If my wife leaves me and you think, oh, I'm gonna go date the papi gordo, I am gonna be a player till I die if my wife leaves me. My wife is the only woman I've ever loved. The only woman who could ever make me be faithful or make me want to be faithful. So if she leaves me, that means I messed up anyways, and I ain't never gonna be faithful again. Nope. Player till I die.
Honestly, I've said before, if he's ever like with someone close to my age, I told him I would probably want to talk to him again, because that's just disgusting. Ew.
They always assume right away I'm gonna give it like a young stripper. I say like what I like about strippers is you pay them to leave, you don't pay them to stay. You know what I mean? They come home with you, then you pay them to leave, so that way they don't linger around and get all stuck to you. Stage 5 clingers, you know what I mean? That tends to happen. You know, they get all clingy. Nah, ma'am, I'm paying you to leave. And then I told them I'd have a Monday through Saturday. I take Sunday off. I'd have a girl Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Take Sunday off. So that's what I told my wife at least. So she knows. But you know, I'm not going. My wife is amazing. My wife is my eternity. That's the eternity symbol. My forever.
Is that what it's called?
I thought. Unless I just made that up.
I think it's just.
I thought that figure 8 look at things an eternity symbol.
It is, but there's a word for it, but again.
It ain't called the eternity symbol.
No, I don't think it is.
I thought it was.
Is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm the wrong. I feel like there's a word for it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Anyways, that's my eternity, my wife. But if for whatever reason she loses her mind and leaves me, players gotta do what players gotta do. But no, I'm not gonna date somebody my daughter's age. That'd be weird, even though I'm a young father. I mean, that would be like a celebrity relationship. I mean, that's pretty average. I actually wouldn't be that much older if you look at it from a celebrity perspective.
No, I know. That's so
Okay, so, anyways, like, there's relationships and freaking, now here's the thing, you definitely don't want to compare yourself to Hollywood, because there's some perverts out there, but I'm saying, like, it's just different, because, like, you can see, like, an 80-year-old man dating a 50-year-old woman, and, that woman is 50, she's a grown woman, maybe a grandma, she's been through life, so obviously that's different, but you see these big age gaps.
like Hugh Hefner and his buddy.
Oh, Hugh Hefner, the GOAT. What's up, you? Shout out you, R.I.P. Man, I mean, that dude, that's the way to go. Like, that dude was a pimp. But I don't condone any, like, recording of people without their consent. I don't condone drugging people. I don't know what all he did. Me and my wife saw that, like, a documentary about the Playboy stories, blah, 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 whatever. Supposedly, and here's here's the thing: these girls didn't know, supposedly, like, didn't know what was going on. I wasn't there. That's why I say supposedly and allegedly. I wasn't there, so I can't say one way or the other. But I don't condone any of that if it's true. You know, I'm a real old school Mac player. What I mean by that is, I'm gonna use my game, but I'm gonna be real with you. If you're dating me, you're gonna know. My wife gets her mind blown when she was like, because again, my wife knows I used to mess up a lot. So I'd have these like side chicks or whatever, and I'd be like, no. They'd be like, are you ever gonna leave your wife? No, I ain't leaving that's my wife. You're just a HOE. This is what the situation is. I'm married. 1, I ain't never leaving her. 2, and I ain't breaking up my family. 3, if you're okay with that, you can take a swing. If you're not okay with that, get to stepping. That was how I approached it all the time. So, I relied on my looks and, my swag or whatever, but I didn't have to like drug anybody or manipulate. I don't feel like I ever manipulated anybody. You know what I mean? So usually the women and girls I dated, usually, especially back then when I used to be a player, were actually older than me. So, guys, when I was 18, I met a 38-year-old. And she was sprung. She would bring me dinner to my job when I wouldn't answer her calls. Just like, oh, I brought you dinner to see where I was at. Like, crazy. I thought when I was 18, if I slept with this 38-year-old woman, she's gonna know the deal. She's not gonna get attached. But no, she showed on up. Now, the food was okay. Compared to my wife's food, if my wife's food was here, her food was like out of the picture down here. But compared to the average person, it was like here, it was mediocre. She couldn't start a restaurant or anything. But still, it was nice to get food because I'm always hungry. But like, she just used that as an excuse to try to pop up on me. And she didn't get the clue. And so we hooked up a couple times. Then she just got sprung. I pulled the old ejecto-cito and just ignored her. And then eventually she got the clue and stopped talking to me. But what was the most embarrassing part is one morning I was leaving her house and her daughter showed up, and me and her daughter were the same age. And her daughter showed up with her boyfriend, and I knew the boyfriend. So it was pretty funny. It was bad. But that was back in my player days. But don't fall for that, women. A guy is never gonna leave his situation. If he wants to leave the situation, he'll leave the situation. Like, if we're telling you, oh yeah, I'll leave, don't worry, I'm gonna leave, I just gotta do X, Y, Z first, blah, blah, they're lying. We ain't trying to leave, we're just trying to, here's what, I'm gonna keep it 100. We're literally just trying to sleep with you to see if we would even consider leaving based on how good that is. And it could be the best thing ever, and we still ain't leaving. Like, that's just, because if we wanted to leave, we would have left already. It ain't gonna take somebody else to make you leave.
I was saying in a video before this, I got my English man.
It happened in a video before this too.
No. Oh. I was gonna say, I said this in a video before, that I should bring you and Jason on here because you guys are both players, and I feel like the girls would love to like hear advice from you guys.
Jason's a new school player. I'm old school. He's new school.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can hear both sides from like an old school player and a new school. Because Jason's like what, 25?
I think 24, 25. Yeah.
So he's younger. Well, he's like a little bit older than me. So he's like, I guess like you said, in a newer generation. So.
And Jason's good about being a low key player. Because I didn't even know he was a player until I really got to know him. I was like, this dirty bastard's a player. Unbelievable.
So I think.
Cochino.
I thought it would be like funny to like bring you both. I don't know how he would feel. Cause
if I tell Jason to do it, he'll do it. That's just what it is. Jason works for me, guys.
Yeah. So. But I said that like that would be a really good video because you can say like the pros and the cons about things and
the pros to dating a player. I'm gonna tell you that because there's pros. You're almost guaranteed to have a good time if y'all go out, because usually if we're a player, we have like swagger, we like to have fun, we're outgoing. It's very rare you meet a player that like is in a shell, if that makes sense. We're usually out of our shell. We're extroverts. We're out there like trying to have fun. So that's a pro. I can't promise you anything, as far as intimacy. That's I don't know, that's hit or miss. I can promise with me, but like for other players. You know, as far as all the cons, way more cons than pros. We ain't leaving. It's very hard for us to change. We have to want to change. You ain't gonna change us. And we're just liars. We lie about everything. I used to lie to the grave. Like, man, I was such a good liar back then too. Like, but the best liars, your boy right here, tell the truth. Example. Oh, who's that girl over there? Are you jealous of her? That's just some girl I slept with before. And then you laugh. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're so silly. Because they think you're lying. They think it's a joke. But then later, you're like, why are you mad? I told you I slept with her before. That happened to me when I was doing my boxing video. That's my bad. She's putting it back together. Anyways, then you'd be like, I told you I slept with her before. And they'd be like, I didn't know you were serious. I told you. My favorite thing I used to do when I was a player is, I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of the guys that would be like, I love you, yes, I love you, blah, 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 whatever, do you love me, whatever, I love you, blah, blah, blah. I used to love a lot, yes, I get it, yes, I'm a terrible person, throw rocks at me, whatever, those stones, I am terrible, back then I was, but I would never, ever, once text came around, I would never tell girls I love them, because I always knew that they would have evidence, and I'm all about not having evidence, because I grew up in the streets, we don't keep evidence for anything. So whenever a girl would say, I love you, I would reply with, you too. Like the band, or I would actually spell it out. Or no, I would always put you and then the number 2. Here's why. In their head, they're thinking, oh, I love you too. Nope. When my wife would say, like, what does this mean? I said, oh, she said she loved me. And I asked her back, like, you too, you love me too. Everybody loves me. I didn't tell her I loved her. She told me she loved me, and I said, you too. So we're liars. Players are liars, but we're a good time. We're a good time. We like to have fun. We're a good time. But, you know, I'll tell you what I feel like, and maybe this is just me speaking on me, like, once a player settles down, like, I feel like we're real loyal once we settle down. And maybe that's just me, I don't know, but, like, we had kids really young. We had our kids really young. So I feel like part of me being such a player was I was very immature, and I didn't really get to go out and do the crazy things that like my friends were doing. And so I wanted to do crazy things or whatever. But like now, like looking back, I'm just grateful my wife stuck with me and saw my potential and stayed with me because I don't deserve her or anything like that. Like I'm very grateful, but now I'm not gonna mess up. Like I'm gonna do everything I can to keep her happy. I'll buy her whatever she wants. I'm sure she'll talk about that in the next video. Because I bought her something else again. Whew. So, but yeah, don't fall in love with a player until they're ready to be committed. That's the moral of the story.
And usually they'll tell you, right, if they're like ready or no.
Nah, we're always gonna say we're ready.
Okay.
You just got like to really know a player's committed. Like, unfortunately, it's a risk. You know what I mean? It is a risk. But they have to be like my wife has my codes to my phone. We have everything is joint. We have joint accounts. Mine is like social media, whatever. But she has all my passwords are on her phone. Like it's all shared in the same thing. So she has access to any of my stuff at any moment, and I have no concerns with her going through my stuff whatsoever. Like that's how I feel like when somebody's like, all right, they're being more serious. You still gotta watch out because it's like me in this day and age. If I was a player now, I'm gonna give you access to my stuff if you're thinking you're the one. But then I'm gonna have another phone on the side that you don't even know about. So you gotta watch out for that. But like, there's nowhere I could hide anything from my wife is a private investigator at this point. With everything I put her through, she's a PI. If you wanna hire her, let me know. She'll bust anybody at this point. She caught me so many times, but couldn't like get the final verdict because I was just that much better. So between her and I, we'll start the Papi Cordo and spouse private investigation firm if you want us to. I'm just throwing that out there. So, but yeah, I mean, you just got it's a risk, unfortunately. But I wouldn't take that risk if I was y'all. And women are even worse. Y'all are the worst players in the world.
Why?
Cause I've said this before. The saddest thing in the world is seeing a grown man with a broken heart. Saddest thing in the world. It's like watching puppies hungry, waiting to eat, and they're just. That's like, I mean, I didn't think you create F-boys. You break our hearts first, then we become F-boys. There's nothing sadder than seeing a depressed little boy from getting his heart broken. And women are dirty. sneaky. No woman should write a book how to be a player more so than a man. Because women are gangster.
That's true.
So, unfortunately, guys, I'm pressed for time. I gotta go get my hair cut. So,